WWE Crown Jewel predictions time. Now, the first match we're going to talk about is Bloodline versus Bloodline. This is just announced on social. They didn't talk about this on Raw, and we're kind of in the midst of all of this, and it hasn't been officially confirmed yet which members is gonna fight in this thing. But we do know that we're gonna get Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jay all back together taking on Solo Sikoa's Bloodline. We don't know which members of New Bloodline they're gonna fight. My guess is the Tongas and Jacob, and Solo is ringside, or Solo and the Tongas and Jacob's ringside so that he's the enforcer. Now I gotta know what you think, because part of me feels like this is rushed. We all assume we're building the War Games, and we probably still are, because Sami Zayn is out there. He's talking to Solo Sikoa out by the car in the parking lot. Getting up to just no good. We don't know what that's all about. So we're getting a 6-man tag, then it feels like we're gonna get War Games, where it'll be 4v4. But does it feel rushed? Does it feel like there's more story to tell? I kind of do. We just got Jimmy and Jay talking to each other, and Jay is still like reluctant, right? And Jimmy's trying to reunite everybody, and Roman Reigns is gonna show up on SmackDown, and the Bloodline is just being goofy, and they're just smashing everybody. But the reunion piece, and they've also they got Sami Zayn backstage. It feels like they need more time. Like, I know they are going to build to War Games, and that's like another month away. I don't know, the 6-man tag just kind of feels thrusted in there. So I do expect shenanigans. I'm wondering how this plays out. Technically, New Bloodline has the numbers game, but it's Roman, and Roman dummies half of the Bloodline. I'm going to say that Original Bloodline wins. I think that they will get their wires crossed during the match, and maybe they'll still be butting heads a little bit, especially with Roman and Jay, but I think that they could geek out a win, because I think the rest of the card is going to have more heels picking up wins throughout the night. And it's Roman Reigns, and this Roman never loses. As much as like he probably should lose in this situation, Roman don't lose, because then you get into War Games, you got Sami Zayn lingering around by the cars in the parking lot, he's dealing with all of that stuff, and then the final boss is also lurking in the shadows. Then I kind of lean towards, we'll see when we get to Survivor Series, but then I kind of feel like New Bloodline, with the help of Final Boss, they should win War Games. So I'm going OG Bloodline for this one. Yeet. Okay, then we've got WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Jade Cargill and Bianca, the champions, going up against Kairi Sane and Io Sky, versus Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Fatal 4-way tag team match. I love a good fatal 4-way. This one is, I think that it's going to be great that Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend are getting on a PLE. That's pretty big. Like, are they, I guess they're officially called up now? I don't know. They're just doing this stuff. It's back and forth with the NXT. They do like to flip around these titles. They do flip the tag titles quite a bit. It's Crown Jewel. I'm going to say that Bianca and Jade retain. They've had a number of PLEs where they have flip-flopped the belts, and I don't feel like there has been this big feeling that they are in trouble of losing the belts. And they've done multi-woman tag matches before at the PLEs where they've lost, and they've lost because like someone else sneaks in and gets the win. Like Unholy Union won the tag titles, and they like slid in and got the victory. I don't think you want to do that again. I think that you're gonna have other teams within this match kind of cancel each other out and go on their separate ways and have their own feud. So I'm going to say that Jade and Bianca, they retain. You get the crowd pop big because they like Bianca and they like Jade. The match I'm really looking forward to, United States Championship, LA Knight, yeah, going up against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, triple threat match. I'm so glad that all of these guys are finally on a PLE. It's well deserved. LA Knight is your United States champion, and I don't remember the last time LA Knight made it on a card. I know PLEs are this grand, mystical, rarefied air of things where nobody's allowed to get on them unless you're Cody Rhodes. But I'm glad that US champion LA Knight is going to be on the card in this match, triple threat. I don't know what they're going to do here. LA Knight is supremely over, and you can't have like all these baby faces winning all night long. So I am going to say though that I think LA Knight retains, because I think Andrade and Carmelo will screw each other over basically. They had the best of 7 series, and LA Knight was special referee, and he wonked that match. So it ain't over yet. And I feel like this is almost the beginning of this, where they're finally all getting a shot at the US title. It would be cool if Carmelo got it because he's a heel, and then you could have LA Knight trying to chase for it. But I think you could keep the belt on LA Knight longer. And Andrade and Carmelo are basically going to screw each other out of getting this belt, then setting up maybe like a steel cage match for their final blow off and then they can keep coming back to the US title. LA Knight retains. An interesting match, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Triple H didn't want to do this with Randy, but then he's like, okay, we'll get a sledgehammer and smash him, but you're gonna get hurt by Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens needs to win this. Randy doesn't need wins. Would the crowd pop huge if Randy Orton got a win? Absolutely. But the crowd in Saudi Arabia, they're gonna get Randy Orton in the ring, so they're gonna enjoy the entrance and the sing-along and all of that. And you're gonna get a slow, methodical pace match between Randy and Kevin Owens. I could see this match kind of going either with Kevin Owens just winning, maybe like a low blow with the referee not looking, or it results in like a no contest DQ. Kevin Owens is off the rails. Triple H and Randy Orton, they talked it up on the promo on SmackDown about how like he's unhinged, and Triple H is worried for Randy Orton. So because Triple H is worried for Randy, that makes me think that Kevin Owens is going to be way more vicious and he's going to take things up a notch. And by doing that, so I'm going to say that, you know what? Randy wins, but it's a DQ. Kevin Owens is going to be standing tall at the end of the night. So Randy Orton is technically going to win, but it's going to be like low blow, steel chair, sledgehammer. Kevin Owens is going to destroy Randy Orton by the end of it and like walk out of there. Another match on the card that's actually going to be good. Crown Jewel is actually shaping up. I was worried. You got the big power green title of Doom, the Dr. Doom title that they're going after. I thought that's what the whole show is going to be. They're doing a decent job here so far. Okay, Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. This one, grudge match. Parking lot brawl. Why can't they just make it a parking lot brawl match? But this thing is probably going to... See, I'm torn on it. As I go through the card and I'm like, well, Randy and Kevin Owens should be like a destructive match. This whole feud has been about destruction and chaos. And I feel like it needs to end in destruction and chaos once again. Now, they're not going to break the ring. It's not a backstage brawl or anything like that. It's a one-on-one match. I kind of think that you should give, you know what? I'm going to say Bronson Reed is going to win this thing because I want to see more of this. These two going at it backstage and just dummying each other left and right. It's been a lot of fun and I think they can do even more. And Seth has just come back from the injury, and you know what? He gets his comeuppance on Bronson Reed here and there. He's hitting curb stomps left and right. Seth, he's getting into that older status of like, he could just eat losses and he can still recover. I'm gonna say Bronson Reed wins. Reed needs the win more than Seth does, and you could just keep their story going and like blow it off on TV before Survivor Series, for example. And you could have Seth get the win there. So Bronson Reed's going over. Okay, then we got the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Dr. Doom title. You got Liv Morgan, the world champion, going up against Nia Jax, the WWE Women's Champion, one-on-one. This could end with Tiffany Stratton cashing in. I don't see that happening. I think it's more likely that Nia Jax wins, and it's going to be because Rhea Ripley screws Liv Morgan out of Dr. Doom title, mega title. That title would be gargantuan on Liv Morgan, by the way. So it would fit Nia Jax a lot better. Like Liv is not, she's petite, but like that title is on a man or woman is just, it's so grand. It's just ridiculous and silly. And it also doesn't matter because we're never going to see it again. So call it whatever you want. I think that Rhea, though, because she did a promo on Raw, so she wasn't there, I think that you are going to get Rhea to interfere, messes up Liv's chances of getting the pinfall, and Nia Jax just squashes her, and then everybody moves on because they're going to move on next week and it won't matter anyways. You could get Tiffany Stratton getting down to the ring, tease the cash in, but they've done it every time. Like every time they do the Tiffany tease cash in, oh, is she going to turn on Nia Jax or is she going to help her? So Tiffany is likely to be involved and do it again, but I think Rhea comes in, pop from the crowd because the crowd in Saudi is going to want to see Rhea, and then screws Liv, thus propelling their match at Survivor Series. And then what I guess is the main event, though it could open the show and they might do Bloodline as the main event, but you got another championship Dr. Doom title match going on right now, and you got Gunther, the world champion, going up against Cody Rhodes. And this feud, I get it. It's the Crown Jewel title, and it's not going to last more than a few hours. And they keep bringing around the suitcase with it and showing it off like it's a sniper rifle, and everyone's supposed to care. And it's just been promos between Cody and Gunther, and I love Gunther, and Cody's great. I don't give a lick about this. And it's all just been about who is better champion. Like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And kudos to the guys trying to make it interesting and try to make it something. But they're on separate brands and they're fighting over a title that was just created for this event, and they're not going to walk around with it. Sure, you could say that Cody's going to go over and Pyro and everyone goes home happy. I think Triple H loves Gunther too much, and Gunther's on a roll this whole year. I think Gunther wins the Crown Jewel Championship, gives him more credibility as he has won King of the Ring, longest IC champion, World Heavyweight champion, I said King of the Ring, and Crown Jewel champion next. And I think it will be because of the interference of Kevin Owens. Like I said earlier, somehow, some way, Kevin Owens is going to be left standing at the end of the Randy Orton match earlier in the night. And if this is the main event, then I think you do get Kevin Owens coming down. He hits a stunner on Cody Rhodes. Gunther power bombs, ends the thing, and Gunther Pyro goes off. Gunther is your new champion of whatever, and then Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes go off and they have their match for Survivor Series. It's a better card than what I was expecting initially when Crown Jewel was announced. But tell me your picks for Crown Jewel. And I mentioned Rhea Ripley getting involved in Liv Morgan in that match. What's going on with Judgment Day? Like, I feel like it's just not working anymore, and it's just getting like just a little bit less interesting, a little bit boring. If you guys want to talk more about Judgment Day and what's going on in the current state of it, click this video right here and have yourself a great day. See ya.